Hey guys, what's up? I wish I had a more, fancier intro or whatever, but we're just gonna go with that sort of thing for now. So, in this video here, instead of talking about something else or whatever, I'm going to try and explain some of my gameplay here. So, going into this match, I thought that I was going to do well. I thought that, hey, it's Molten Ruins. I hate this map, but I know how to generally move the idol across the map. And I know how to generally get it over to the chest in a timely fashion. So as you can see already, within the first 40 seconds, or no, 50 seconds of the match, we already got our first cap. Now, usually that's pretty indicative of the pacing of the rest of the match, right? Like, as you saw in the last couple of videos, I was mainly the guy going for the idol and getting it to our side. But in this match, I made the horrible mistake to be over here where no one else was, just because I saw some guy pick up the riot shield and maybe like they were hiding behind cover somewhere or something, and I thought they would pop out and they had seen me or something. So now I make my way over here, and I'm just trying to get to where the idol is. I'm just trying to stop them from screwing it up or moving it from from our chest. So thankfully, I do eventually catch up to him right here, and I'm just going to spoil it anyway. We do get this second cap, but it's in like the next 30 or 40 seconds or something, I think. But it's after the second cap where things start to take a turn for the worst, and that's partly because of, well, my teammates, really. Like, I'm playing by myself, so I'm not in a party in this match. I haven't been in a party at all in all these matches this week. So I've just been, I was just playing by myself, and there's the cap right there. I had just been playing by myself this whole week of videos, and it would have been nice to have, some actual teammates that could coordinate, like, oh, I'm gonna be over here, or that they're all around the idol, like defending the person that's getting the idol. So what's happening here is, I noticed that the idol spawned up there. A guy, threw a grenade. And then I start getting shot at here, and of course, I try to throw the grenade against the cover right there. Like, I tried to make it so it would hit the cover so I could kill the guy as he was coming up. But unfortunately, the grenade goes over the cover. But after this point, I'm sort of just scrambling. I'm like, oh my god, they're going to get the freaking idol. I don't want them to get the idol. And so I haphazardly jump down to try and grab the idol first, but unfortunately my teammate grabs it and tosses it, and I'm just trying to, clear out the area so that we can safely cap it. And unfortunately, my teammates are all too busy being at the other side of the map. Look, there's that guy right there. There's a guy at the other side of the map on the hero side for some reason. Not where we are, not where the idol is. And it's just me and this other guy here, fending off, these other players here. It's like the whole team is here. The whole heroes team is here. But our team is busy, frolicking in the woods somewhere. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you halfway across the map, not where the idol is? What could you possibly be doing? What could possibly be more interesting over there than actually shooting people and defending the person that's trying to capture the idol? So now I get spawned to the hero side, and the idol is already on the hero spawn. Here's how I feel about Molten Ruins. I think Molten Ruins is really unfair. I don't think it's a very balanced Plunder map. It's not a very balanced Plunder map because the villain's treasure chest is kind of tricky to get the idol towards it because it's on the second floor. And the heroes have it easier because they don't have to worry about such an awkward ledge. Like, the ledge on the villain side where the chest is, it's extremely narrow and thin, and it's hard to get up there in a timely fashion. You have to climb unless you do the shortcut I did super early in the match that you saw, you have to climb 3 ledges before you can get to the second floor. Whereas the hero's side, you only need to climb 2 ledges, which is obviously a shorter time frame to get to the chest. And it's also a much wider area of space to get the treasure into the chest. Because when you're moving, you have a lot... Like, for some... I feel like when you're moving with the idol in your hand, it's... the movement is more awkward. It's... The character moves slower, but... I mean, yeah, I know there is that, but the turn radius and all this other stuff is different when you're holding the idol. I can't really explain it, but it's just like when you're holding the idol, you have less control over your character for some reason. Even though they're moving at a slower pace, you have a much slower, like, it's just weird turning and such at times when you first pick up the idol. After you picked up the idol, it's not really as big of a deal, but when you have, I mean, see, like right there, like when I tossed it right there, that is a perfect example of why the thin ledge is completely unfair to the villains. I think it's just a really, really bad placement of the chest. And there's some other, of course there's some other maps that have the same relative issue that Molten Ruins has, but the problem is that it's an older map. It's from Uncharted 2. So it was either stick to what Uncharted 2 did, because people would be mad if you didn't, or try to place it somewhere new where the chances of it being a little bit even more unfair are greater, are that much greater, because of it potentially being a better spot, and thus maybe even being better than the hero side for some reason. The whole point is that the level, the trouble is the level itself it isn't symmetrical. Like, it's, I mean, it doesn't have the same, buildings on both sides. It doesn't have the same structures on both sides. So the chests are trying to be symmetrical. They're trying to be at the same level as each other, but they're really not, because they're not the same structure, they're not the same height, really. I mean, they kind of are, maybe, but the trouble is that the hero side doesn't have the same building, doesn't have the same structure, doesn't have the same width, doesn't have the same ledges. It's a completely different thing. And it's just like the way the treasures are set up, the chests are set up, it's like trying to be like it's a symmetrical map, and that's the problem. It shouldn't be like that. If they wanted it to be, I would have just put both chests on the bottom floor. Done. Just put both chests on the bottom floor on both sides. Sure, maybe the hero side is still somewhat of a problem, but, I would prefer it if you didn't have to toss it up somewhere, and then, because the villain side has the worst ledge, it can fall off very easily, while the hero side doesn't have to worry about that at all. The hero side, it's so wide. You have the front side to throw it on that's so wide, and you have the back side to throw it on. Plus, you have that cover when you get inside on the back side. Villain side, the cover, surrounding the chest is not, there's not as much. You don't have a big wall that you can just hide behind when you've tossed the treasure up. You don't have this wall you can hide behind. Everything is very open. There's like 3 or 4 different sides you can shoot someone as they're putting the chest in on the villain side. But the hero side, there's only like 2 sides you can shoot them from. The left side or the right side. And you can't really shoot them from a level below like you can on the villain side, because it's harder to see them. You can't really see them as well. So, yeah, this map for Plunder is not very good. Yeah, it's not very good to win on. I mean, it's not very easy for the villains, and it sucked. It sucks to have that disadvantage, but that's just the way it is, I guess. You can't really do much about it, other than, like I said, you could probably move the chest a level below on both sides instead of having them on the second floor, and being more unsymmetrical or asymmetrical, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever. So here I spawned my rocket, okay, because I'm waiting for them to start picking up the treasure and moving, and stupidly, I'm getting shot, so I reactionarily shoot the rocket at where the general direction of where the idol is, thinking the person is going to, walk with that idol out into the open. But instead of the rocket hitting the person that my intended target was, it hits a teammate that's rushing over there. Of course, he doesn't know there's a rocket that's coming through there. He doesn't know I had a rocket. And I didn't have my mic on, so there's no reason to tell people, or there's no way for me to tell people, hey, I've got a rocket, get out of the way. So I die, and I kill a teammate, and so that kind of screwed us here with this cap. And it's 2-0. It's been 7 minutes since we captured we captured the idol, and now's our chance to get the idol again and put it and capture it. But instead, for some reason, I take my dainty old time trying to get the idol without, the whole other team gunning me down. I'm just trying to hope someone can create an opening for me here to grab the idol and run, but that doesn't happen. And instead, they pick up the idol, and they're going to cap it. I'm pretty sure this is when they get their first cap. At least I think so. Because the game spawns me, on the other side of the map again. For some reason, Molten Ruins, the game just likes to spawn you. I don't know what the requirements or prerequisites. I can't say that word. The requirements are for prerequisites. That's what it is, prerequisites. But I don't know what the requirements are for the spawns in Plunder. Like, I don't know if it's just dependent on if somebody is holding, like if someone is just in that general vicinity of the spawn and where the idol is, or if it's just dependent on timing, like the timing of when you die and where the idol is. Like, the game can't keep up with the placement or location of the idol in relation to you, and so like I said, this map is extremely difficult, but I also like a challenge, so I don't give up at all. Of course, I don't quit like most people probably would have quit by now. Plunder games can be extremely long. They I've demonstrated this week with these matches here that they can be extremely short and they can be extremely long. The longer ones tend to be on, I guess, the shittier maps, to be honest. The longer ones tend to be on the maps that have more difficult chests for either team to put the idol in. And of course, also it depends on the type of teammates you have. I think the other team had a lot of people that had Beast Mode, the booster that lets you carry walk with the idol faster, which obviously makes a difference. And my team didn't really have any, to my knowledge. The only thing that they had was me, and that was me with my lagless idol pickup skills that most any veteran of this game would know how to do by now. At least I'd hope so. But yeah, here I just stupidly picked up the riot shield because I felt like, oh, hey, why not? It can help, I guess. And I just go stupidly towards the middle, trying to delay anyone capturing the idol. I figured I maybe would have killed at least one person there with the riot shield, because sometimes people have a hard time shooting someone with a riot shield. So I figured, why the hell not? I never pick up this damn thing. Why not give it a shot? So I gave it a shot, and I died. So now I'm just here waiting for someone on the other team to pick up the idol so I can shoot them and gun them down or whatever to, help push my team forward so they can grab it and start moving it for me since I'm all the way back here. And instead, miraculously I get shot, I think, from the side or the back. Like someone spawned on that side or something, or they were going around. I don't know. It was really stupid. And so then they spawn me here again because the idol is coming this way. And my thought process, of course, was to grab the idol and throw it as soon as I could, but unfortunately I got gunned down. I don't know where that guy showed up. I don't know why he wasn't there sooner shooting me down. I guess he came from that front side there and climbed up from the side, and I guess that's how I might have missed him. And so now I'm spawned all the way back here, and with no hope or chance of killing the guy that picks up the idol, and they get this next cap. They capture this next one, and so now they're going to be in the lead, and we have nothing to get ourselves back in that lead right now. Other than, dun dun dun, yes me, I know where the idol spawns. I know their relative spawn time, like when they're probably going to spawn somewhere, so I miraculously am in the right place to toss it down. Unfortunately, I mess up on the toss from the tower, and it doesn't land where I want it to, and it falls down, but I still get the capture anyway here. So if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for me being smart and with the right timing, and, you know, giving it a good guess that it would spawn in the tower there, we probably would still be down 2-3. So, there you go. I think I've gotten all 3 caps, actually, this time. I think so. The first one I had some help, like someone brought the idol to me, which was actually the only time I think that person actually went out of their way to grab the idol and carry it to the base. But now we are, now we're in this situation where the idol spawned on the side here, and all my teammates I think are dead or something, and this guy miraculously sees me, because I was hoping he wouldn't, and he cowls me from that distance. And I thought I was safe. Cover in this game is so, like, in this map particularly, it's so shitty. Like, it doesn't work it doesn't work most of the time on this map. It's never safe to be in cover in this game, actually, now that I think about it. But the only benefits to cover is just to recover health momentarily and then back away from it and then start attacking someone. But that's a whole side thing. I try to throw the grenade to stop the guy in advance from putting the treasure in, and of course I don't do enough damage to stop him from capping it there. I thought I had put in enough bullets. I think I needed one more bullet before the melee would actually kill him. So unfortunately they cap it, and now I'm going up here. And of course I get gunned down before I can get to the top and throw the treasure down. I think the majority of the time the idol spawns in the tower. But anyway, one of my teammates toss it down, and so now we're, I guess, looking to get our 4th cap, give or take. Honestly, it depends on if my teammates are smart enough to actually defend the idol bearer or whatever. The idol bearer meaning the person who's carrying the idol. So, this match, I was not too happy with it. I did like how close it was, but I just wish my teammates had worked with me better. Like, they weren't being dumb halfway across the map most of the time. I don't know, I think I had maybe one low level on my team, and that was somewhat of a detriment to us getting some caps, because he didn't know what to do, or he wasn't very good at killing people. So, well, actually, this last cap is kind of tricky to get, and it kind of sucks, because we could have probably won if we got this cap sooner. And if it wasn't for me tossing it up to the 2nd floor here, we wouldn't have probably gotten this 4th cap, because now I'm going to climb up here, and there's going to be this guy, he's going to try and toss it off. And I was just going all aggro here. Like, this is what I do. I'm super aggro in Plunder. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've always been in the mindset that I really like Plunder, and it's just because there's something more to the game in general than just killing each other. Like, Plunder gives you more depth, like more, it's more thinking required than just running around and aimlessly and killing people. So, did I like this match? I think I liked how close it was, but I wish we could have gotten the last cap here, because this last 20 seconds of frivolity just totally dashed the chances of us capping it. And I die, and as we approach the end of this match here, it is indeed a tie, and I appreciate anyone for tuning in and watching this commentary, or whatever you want to call it. And, oh, this is funny. This last rocket, like, I don't even get another rocket kill. It's, like, the easiest kill ever, and I totally miss it. Like, look at this. I missed it. Like, I was trying to predict where he was gonna walk to next. But, yeah. So, like, subscribe, do whatever. You know, whatever you do. Comment. Appreciate it. Later.